Recording started. All right, guys. So, welcome to our Monday Night Live inspiration call. This is where we join each week in order to inspire you, to rally you, to get you through another week. And as we promised, we have the Jason Harwood from home office on our call. Yeah, we got it like that. We pulled that one off. And we are so excited because Jason and I have been on this journey a long, long time together. And,
yes, we have.
Yes, and he is just amazing. He always has amazing insight and tips to help us, and what do you call it? The inspiration that you need. So he's going to reinforce what we've been sharing with you guys. And so with that, Jason Harwood, the man, take it over.
I think I first met Carrie in 2009 at Dallas World Tour.
Yes.
Back then it was called World Tour, and then it went to Spring Sprint. That was where my probably most regretful Scentsy moment happened. That was the first place I ever did this stupid Scentsy dance thing that I did. It wasn't even supposed to be a dance. It was just supposed to be a fun thing that you could do at parties. Yes. And then all of a sudden they turned on some music in the background. But Carrie was just an incredible leader at the time. At that World Tour, she was a director that had the lowest, or the highest, I guess, consultant ID number. She had just skyrocketed to director and continues to be an incredible leader. So, I mean, first things first, you guys are just incredibly lucky. I mean, Carrie's an incredible leader. I just mentioned we had Jessica at boot camp. She's an incredible leader. You guys are really, really blessed with great leadership. Hi, Tiffany. Where did I say Tiffany? Tiffany's an incredible leader, was just at boot camp. So, gosh, as much as you can, I would connect with these guys, listen to what advice and direction they're giving to you, because these guys have planted the seeds for you and doing great things. So we're talking about gardening. We're talking about you guys, kind of tending to the things that you've started so far. I'm going to step into the sun here. Sorry if it kind of washes me out, but that's all right. That's okay. So gardening is interesting because I'll tell you a quick story. My mom lives across the street from me, and she does a great job at the garden. She gardens everything. And she's got green beans and peas. She's already planted her peas and they're growing, and she does squash, and then she started doing gourds, because you can paint the gourds afterwards. So she did that. And then she started doing, what else did she do? Pumpkins, so the kids can carve pumpkins. She bottles peaches and pears. She's just incredible. And growing up, we had an acre of land out in Utah where I grew up, and my parents were always gardeners. Oh, I hated it. Hated every minute of it. And so I own a house, and we have a garden plot. And currently in my garden plot, I've got grass and dandelions is what I'm working on producing. And I do great at producing grass and dandelions. I could start a whole farm of them. So the first thing to keep in mind, right, as we talk about continuing to build and work on our little garden plots, is just because you have a garden does not turn you into a gardener, it turns out, and does not mean that you are producing what you want, right? I have a garden and it produces nothing because I put no effort into it. My mom has a garden, same exact dirt, right across the street, and hers produces a ton. So why does her garden produce a lot and my garden produces nothing? Well, when we're talking gardening, it's very simple. You're like, well, duh. That's because she works hard at it. She plants. She tends to it. She does the work required to get the benefit from it. Sorry, my 2-year-old. Honey, she's stepping in this mud.
Oh my gosh.
So, but then with our business, for some reason, we don't apply the same rules and thinking to our business as we do to this garden. It's very easy to think about gardens and say, well, duh, Jason, no wonder you don't have a productive garden. And yet we look at our businesses and say, gosh, why is my business not as thriving and successful as some other people's. Well, you might have to have the difficult conversation. My mom tells me all the time, I have this garden plot, and it's got grass and everything in it, and around the garden plot there are some railroad ties. And my mom tells me all the time that every time I leave for like 2 days, she said this when I left for World Tour this past year. She said, while you're gone, I'm just going to run over. I'm going to pull your ties out of your backyard, and your garden is just going to become lawn. She threatens me with this, and I always tell her, Mom, do not ruin my garden. Someday I'm going to do great things with my garden. And I wonder, gosh, I probably never will do great things with my garden because I'm unwilling, it seems, to make the effort and sacrifice necessary. Now, we're not talking about gardens really tonight. We're really talking about businesses. And I wonder if you've heard anything tonight that might be applicable to your business. Whether you're sitting there thinking, you know what, I'm going to do great things with my business. Well, you can do great things with your business. There's absolutely nothing that will stop you from doing great things with your business, just like there's absolutely nothing that stops me from producing an incredible garden. I could go right now, rent a tiller, till it out, put some investment and time into it. I could get some great topsoil. I could put that topsoil in there. I could till it in. I could run down to yonder local feed store, farm store, buy some seeds, put it in there, and boom, I would have a great garden. It would take a little bit of consistency, and it would take a little bit of work. And as of yet, that's not something that I have been willing to do. And so the same thing is true with your business, right? You look at your business, you say, what would it take to be great at my business? Well, ask Carrie, ask Jessica, right? Ask any of these leaders what it takes to be great at your business, and they will probably tell you the same thing that I've just told you. It will take work, it will take effort, and most importantly, it will take consistency. If I want to go out and create an incredible garden, I'm not going to have an incredible garden tomorrow. I'm not going to go plant it tonight and all of a sudden tomorrow I've got an incredible garden. If you want to do that, you got to run to Walmart and then you get, whatever they got for you. But if you really want an incredible garden, it's going to take some work and take some effort and take some time. And the same thing is true for you. You're perfectly capable. Above everything else, gosh, you're on this call. Gosh, you've committed to start a business. You paid your $99. You've got as much opportunity and you've got as much potential as everybody does. I believe 100% you've got it in you to be great. I have no doubt about that. The question becomes whether you're going to take the time, take the effort, and above all, consistency. I was at a conference recently, and we were talking about becoming better at leadership development, becoming better at personal development, becoming better at instruction. And I thought, there are people in that room that are just way better than me. There are people that are more skilled. There's people that are more talented. But I just decided for myself, Tegan, don't touch Jazz. Sorry, talking to my two kids. I just decided to myself that if there's people more skilled and there's people more talented, there won't be people who will do it as consistently as I will. Yeah. I just decided I'm going to wake up every single day and I'm going to just win the consistency fight. Because that's something I can do. That's something I can absolutely 100% control. I can own the consistency. And so I may not be the best at what I'm doing, but I can do it with more consistency than anybody else. And I can work to try to get better. Now, with gardening, I'm a terrible gardener, it turns out. Now, I could just decide, you know what, I'm just going to get up every single morning. I'm going to put in 30 minutes on my garden, 30 minutes on my yard. Suddenly I'd have a fantastic yard. I'd probably have one of the best in the neighborhood because you know how many people are putting 30 minutes a day into their yard? Not many. You may look around and say, gosh, there seems to be a lot of Sensi consultants. You know how many Sensi consultants are putting in 30 minutes a day on their business? Not as many as you'd think. You can absolutely, totally dominate consistency. You can absolutely, totally dominate discipline. because not very many people are willing to do it. Success isn't sexy. I am the poster child of the reality that success is not sexy. I prove that every single day. People then ask me, well, is that because you're successful? Well, I'll leave that to, anyway. Somebody asked me that at boot camp. They said, is that because you're sexy or you're successful? I said, well, my wife tells me I'm successful every day. But it's about dominating discipline. That's what you have to answer. I love that Carrie started it and said, you know what, we're going to get you through one more week. You could dominate discipline this week. You could kill it on discipline. Are you going to be the best at booking parties or recruiting? Maybe not, but you'll get better. Are you going to be the best at Facebook parties? Maybe not, but you'll get better. Is every single person that you talk to going to buy from you? No, but you'll get better because you can dominate the discipline that it takes to do it. I have an app on my phone. It's called Wonderlist. And every day I wake up, I have 5 things that I want to do every single day. I use an app. It's called Wonderlist, W-U-N-D-E-R. I don't know, some German thing. Wunderlist, it's called. And so I've got these 5 things set to come every day. As soon as I check it off for today, it pops up for tomorrow because I've got it on a daily repeat. So every single day I go in, and Wonderlist is a to-do list app. Every day I go in and check things off, and it pops up to tell me to do it again tomorrow. And I just guarantee you, if you wake up every single morning and you say, I'm gonna do 5 things in my garden today, 5 things in my garden today, 30 minutes, 5 things in my garden, I guarantee you'll be successful. Now, I'll tell you, I will give you 3 recommendations, and then these other 2 things over here, you kind of pick for yourself. But I'll give you 3 recommendations of what I would do every single day. 1, I would talk to new people about my business every single day. Find a way. Keep some business cards with you. Keep some samples with you, whatever it is. Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, however it is. Person at the bank, 2 people. Do not go to bed tonight if you have not talked to at least 2 new people about your business. Second thing I would do, I would follow up with 3 to 5 people. I don't know, 2 to 3 every day. You got past customers, you got past hosts, you got people you've talked to about the business opportunity before that have said no. You got people you've asked to host parties before that have said no. You've got customers. Follow up with 2 to 3 past customers every day. Every single consultant I've talked to can do better at this. Nobody have I ever talked to that said, oh my gosh, I dominate follow-up. I'm killing it on follow-up, which means every single consultant has potential income. I talked with a gal today. She turned in her 2 weeks notice at Sensi. She's going home. She's having her second child. She wants to stay at home for a little while and do the stay-at-home mom thing. I said, you're going to become a consultant? She said, I don't know. I said, gosh, man, I just guarantee you, if you just built a customer base of 50 to 100 customers and you followed up with them, you get 2,000 PRV every single month, no problem. You'd have the annual or the monthly sales award, no problem. 500-600 PRV a month, or $500 or $600 commission every single month. That's just from sales. Everybody can do this. I'd talk to 2 new people every day. I'd follow up with 2 to 3 past customers, hosts, people every day. And I love the way this camera works because it makes my fingers look like huge. Look how big those fingers look. Whoa. And my fingers bend funny. Look at that. Your fingers don't do that. Look how weird they bend. When I point at my kids, I'm like, hey, you. And the kids are like, what? Who's he pointing? I got to like bend my finger weird to get it straight. Because naturally it just bends that way. Hey, you over there. Third thing I would do is I'd follow up with my downline. If I have people in my organization, I'd follow up with my downline. If I don't have people in my organization, that's an extra thing that I can do. I got 5 things I'm going to do every day. I'm going to reach new people. I'm going to follow up with people. If I have downline, I'm going to reach out to them 2 to 3, maybe a day. I'm going to reach out to them, my downline, text, Facebook message, call, whatever. I'm going to reach out to them every single day, a couple of people. And then I'm going to do 2 other things. I don't know what that is. Maybe it's you're gonna read a book, right? There's some great books out there. Mary Christensen, GoPro by Eric Warr. People are just raving about that book. Maybe that's one of the things you're going to do every day. I'm just going to read. I'm going to get better. Maybe you're going to watch a YouTube video. Maybe you're going to connect with somebody in your upline. Maybe that's one of your things, right? Every single day, I'm going to connect with somebody in my upline. I'm going to connect with another Scentsy sister. I'm just going to talk with them, tell them what I'm doing that's great, ask them what they're doing that's great. Whatever it is, right? You got 2 empty slots. Fill your 2 empty slots. Because the only way you're going to get good at gardening is to just go out and do it. You can read about it, watch videos on it. You can, your mom across the street can be great at gardening. Doesn't make you good at gardening. But what does make you good at gardening is just going out and do it. So I think I've talked longer than I was supposed to. Sorry, Carrie. 5 things. And I would love it. Facebook message me, whatever. Email me, jharwood@scentsy.com. Let me know. What are your 5 things? What are you doing? Tell me what you're doing. You think that I'm kidding when I say I would love to hear from you? I'm not kidding. I would love to hear from you. And I promise I'll message you back. But tell me what you're doing, and let's all go do this together. Okay, Carrie.
I love it, love it, love it. I know Jessica's going to get in here. But I just wanted to I don't know if you guys got this or if you made sure you caught this, but he said just because you have a garden does not mean it's going to produce what you want. What? That just means with your business, if you're not putting absolutely anything into it consistently, that's the key, then you're not going to get out of it what you absolutely want. And Jason is very, very serious when he says to reach out and post onto him, because he is a true example of Scentsy wanting us to succeed. So Jessica, I could see you, girl. Jessica, Carrie,
I'm gonna take a picture of my garden. I'm gonna message you a picture of my garden. Okay. Maybe you can share it with your team, because it's like, do not let your business look like my garden. I love Don't do it. Do not let your business look like my garden.
All right,
Carrie. I might bow out here in just a minute.
Okay, let Jessica go on, and then you can.
I just want to say thanks so much, Jason, for getting on the call. That was awesome. And I absolutely love the part, what did I say earlier? That you just said, I mean, it's that simple. You just have to go out and do it. Yeah. I love it. It's super simple. Just get out there and do it.
I'm telling you, if you think, gosh, there's so many Scentsy consultants. How many are doing 30 minutes a day on their business?
So true.
You can totally dominate that. You can just beat everybody by consistency.
That's it.
I can tell you there's probably 3 people on this call that are doing about 30 minutes on their business every single day. I'm flipping through here to see if I recognize anybody else, but
well,
you're top.
I want to jump in real quick.
There's Tiffany.
Hey, Jason. Thanks.
Tiffany's doing 30 minutes on her business every day, right?
That's right. I also wanted to mention, as you mentioned that about the 30 minutes or whatever, and then the follow-ups. I hear it all the time that when people come to like the events that I'm like, out there setting up Scentsy, I always hear, "Oh my gosh, I'm glad I found a consultant. It's hard to find a consultant here," and there's like tons of consultants around me, and I'm just like, "Oh my gosh, here I am." So there's plenty of people out there that are consulting but don't follow up.
Yep, and I guarantee you, if you go to your contacts tab tonight, there's people you can follow up with tonight.
That yes.
You can do it every day. You'll never run out.
Well, we thank you so much for breaking it down for us. That's what we're about, is breaking it down in a little bit more. Can you hear me? Yeah. And we really, 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 really appreciate you getting on, Jason. So we know you got to run. So we love you and we appreciate you. And
hey, let's do it again.
All right. Okay. Thank you. Bye.
See you guys. I expect some messages. If I do not get messages, disappointed.
Yeah. We're going to blow you up.
Okay. Ready?
Okay. Bye, Jason.
See you guys.
Bye.
You guys, how amazing is that? I hope that you were able to take the notes. I mean, it's like, what? And that all came about. Jason did a Periscope. And if you're not following Jason on Periscope, his last name is Harwood, Harwood, Jason Harwood. And it'll probably be Jason Harwood Scentsy. That's the one you'll have to do because of the Scentsy rules. You have to friend their Scentsy account. So Jason Harwood Scentsy, when you search for him, friend him, and like he said, let him know your 5 things. He's crazy about doing things for consultants. He loves seeing us succeed. And just to recap, like I said, he couldn't have given a better example. I don't know if you guys know that the theme for this month with Cincy is consistency and planting your seeds. It's all around a gardening theme. It's springtime, it's that time of the year. And he said to us that he asked us to ask ourselves, are we willing to make the sacrifice it takes to have a productive garden? And you know what? You just replace that word garden with business. Are we willing to take the sacrifices that it takes, or make the sacrifice that it takes to have a successful business? And how amazing is it? There's no email, Chantel. I'm not sure what you mean. There's no I'm sorry. How easy or how simple is it when you break it down and say that doing 30 minutes a day on your business and being consistent? We all know. No. It's Jason Harwood Cincy at if you want to friend him. I mean, you can email him too, but if you want to friend him is what I was saying. But Jay Harwood at Cincy is his email. But he responds a lot better through Facebook, especially for stuff like this. So, but look in the comments. She just typed it in there. Yeah. He was asking us to post on Facebook. But anyway, if you're willing to make the sacrifice to have what you want in your business, then you'll be able to get there. So many of us worked very consistent and are taking earn Disney, whether we're taking it or not. But we earn Disney. We earned the summer incentive, and the rumor has it that it's coming out, right, Jessica and Tiffany? Yes.
I'm excited. I was just telling Rocky about this. I'm like, gosh, I wish they would hurry up and send that out. I'm just dying to know. That way I can start planning. I have events already booked up in May, and I'm just excited. I already have an event booked already for that Saturday. We come back from reunion, and then I have one right before that. So I have like a busy summer coming up. I'm excited.
And you guys, what we're talking about on the summer incentive is, and y'all help me out here, it usually runs what, May, June, July, or June, July, yes. August, something like that.
May, June, July.
Okay, May, June, July. And you guys, everybody that's on this call, everybody that's a Cincy consultant can earn the summer incentive. Do not let it pass you by. Do not look at it and say, oh my God, I can't do this. Don't just replace that word can't with, oh my God, how can I sacrifice and make this happen? Because everybody can be with us in January. I am a true, firm believer that you are exactly in your business where you are based on the effort and actions that you put into your business. When he said to make contacts every single day, when I was picking my car up from the valet today, the young man, he said, oh my God, your car smells amazing. He goes, I didn't even want to get out. I just wanted to sit in your car. And I gave him a packet, got his information. I said, I'll be back tomorrow. Will you be here tomorrow? I'll bring you a different sample. You know, if people are everywhere we go. You don't even have to go far. I guarantee you that many of you, your neighbors don't even know you sell Cincy. Start there. Maybe your cube mate or your cube mates, row mates at work don't know you sell Cincy. Let everybody you know, everywhere you go, don't assume anything. Someone shared last week or the week before last, just because when you walk into and you see a Cincy warmer in a business, don't assume they have a consultant. Instead say, can I freshen up your wax? You know, because you might get that response. I think that was Lucy saying, you might get that response that we had a consultant, but they haven't been around. So yes, sure, we're looking for someone. So I love the 5 things, and I love the Wonder app, WUNDER, if you need an electronic to-do list. So anybody else have an aha that's on the phone other than Jessica, Tiffany, and Lucy and I that's on the call that wants to *6 in and just share maybe something you heard or unmute, whichever. *6 if you're on the phone, unmute. There's a lot of us on here. Deanna, you would probably have to search that and see. She's asking, is Wonderlist for Android too? Jessica or Tiffany or Lucy probably can tell you, but I haven't even looked up the app yet.
I saw that somebody posted it on the team page already.
For Android or on?
I don't know. They downloaded it. They uploaded it to the files. I think Daisy uploaded it to the files for us.
What, Wonderlist?
Yeah, or something like that. I don't know.
Okay. Cool. So yeah, I
Oh
don't know.
no, she downloaded it. Never
I was
mind.
gonna say it's an app.
Sorry.
My phone's charging, so I can't check. So if anybody's on the phone that has an Android, can you guys check in your app store to see if it's a I just use my notepad, but I like the fact that this has a reminder, so I think we'll see.
I have it. It's me, Daisy. I have an Android, and I was able to load it up on the just through the on the Android that has a Play Store. That's what I just downloaded it on.
Awesome. Deanna, did you hear that? Daisy was able to download it from the Play Store for Droids. So yay. Cool. Thank you.
Mhm.
So what did you guys hear? What did anybody get sparked? I mean, I know I got fired up by that. I love hearing how I don't know what just happened, but everybody kind of just speeded up. Breaking it down in 30 minutes and working your business. How many people realistically don't have 30 minutes? Realistically. So maybe you have an hour and there's something else you've been wanting to do. You could do that in the next 30 minutes or just work your business. So yay. Thank you, Dakula.
I liked the I may not be the best, but I can dominate consistency. Like that was because he also said, am I willing and am I consistent? And I wrote those down and I put yes and then I put no because I was being honest with myself. So I was like, I do need to work on consistency. So yeah, that hit home. So I can dominate and work on that.
I mean, gosh, you guys, 30 minutes. Y'all work in your future and your dreams are worth 30 minutes. Just imagine the consistency. Who else? I know someone else heard something on that call. He looked a little, I don't know about y'all, but he looked creepy from my phone. It wasn't clear. Go ahead, Jessica. You about to say something?
Oh no, I was talking to somebody else, but I do have something to say. I just exactly what Ashley said. Because I don't know if you guys follow Eric Thomas. He's another big motivational speaker that I follow, and he always said there was something in one, and I think this may have been one that we both listened to, Carrie, because I want to say we talked about it afterwards. We were like, "What? Did you hear that?" But he said he would get up, and it reminded me of that because he would say he would get up earlier. He says, I may not be the best, I may not be the fastest, I may not be the greatest, but I bet you I'm going to win because I'll keep on keeping on. And I was like, when he said that, I was like, dang, that's what that is. Like, that's so true. Like, you don't have to be the best. Sometimes people say, oh, I can't do it like her. She has this, or I can't, I'll never do it like her because it's just not, for whatever reason. But, you got to throw it out the window. And if you just keep on pushing, you know what I mean? Consistency. That's it. It'll win over everything else.
And that farmer, the other video that Oprah did with the farmer with no legs, he has no legs, no arms. And he, one thing he said that really struck home with me is that he said that it may take me 400% of the time longer to do what you can do at 100% effort. So it may take me 400% effort, but I can still do it. And it goes right in line with that. It doesn't matter how long it takes you to get there. It's, are you going to quit? Are you going to stay consistent and keep going and keep pushing until something happens? That's the key. Pushing until something happens. So many of us, we hit a rock, we hit a hard spot, and we throw in the towel. So, Chenta, do you want to come on? No?
Yeah, I'll come on. I didn't want to come on with my headscarf. It's been raining really bad in Houston, so I've been at home all day.
We've already seen it, so.
I've been working all day today, too. However, I just said that I took away that to follow up with our downline, because sometimes we forget that our downline needs us. And it's kind of like, just like Carrie and Tiffany and Lucy and Jessica pushed us, we have to push our downlines as well. Sometimes we forget that they need us, and that's how they fall by the wayside because they feel like nobody cares. So, they don't, continue to work their business because sometimes they just simply don't know. And it's because we don't follow up with them to see if they need us. That's it.
Well, we love it. We just want to hear from everybody, so we appreciate that. And you guys, Chantel makes me think of something else. We have to also remember that if you're not hearing from your upline, it's okay to reach up. Sometimes, you have to really be honest with ourselves and say, well, yeah, she did call me 30 times. I never responded. Or she sent 30 emails. If we just keep it real, sometimes it's not your upline. Sometimes it's you. So, take the time. If you need something and we don't know you need something, it's very hard, you guys, because we're all going for great. So we're going for teams of 500, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. And when we start getting that big, we're going to need everybody to participate. So that's why we're driving home the importance of, at this stage, that if you grow your team, then just like Chantel said, your leaders are reaching out to you. It's okay to reach out to your leaders and don't sit there and say, did nobody tell me that? How was I supposed to know? We all have the exact same workstations. We all get the exact same news. I know many a time I get emails that tell me, I know you got the insight. No, sorry, I don't. We get the information the same time you guys do. Do the superstar directors sometimes get to test products or do things? Yes, that does happen. But when Cincy releases something, they vowed a few years ago that they would release it all to everybody at the same time, unless, they have a reason to spill it to the superstar directors. But no, we're in the same boat. So if you don't know, and don't assume we know, we're just not telling you. So I think somebody on the phone is trying to come in, but they remuted. So *6 if you're trying to come in. Anybody else? You guys are so quiet on these calls.
Hey, Carrie, I just want to say something.
Yes.
I just want to say that sometimes I have one consistency that I can say that I have all the time, and that is every morning when I get up, I don't necessarily text my downline every morning, but around 8:30, 8:45, 9 o'clock, I try to put them in a group message, tell them good morning, how are they, what can I do for them today? Sometimes I feel like it's too much because I'm texting them, maybe not every day, but every other day, just because, I can look on my workstation and see that there's no orders going in. There's, nothing going in. They're not asking questions. So I know that if there's no orders going in and they're not asking questions, then something is wrong, and so I try to reach out to them, and once in a while I'll get some feedback. Most of the time I usually don't. So then I always think, is my phone broken? And then I'll text Tiffany and it's not broken. So, but then there's some days where I will text them and they'll all text me back, different individual messages saying, I need help with this, or can you help me with that? Or, I'm trying to do better at this. Can you please help me? Me personally, I don't know how much more I can be like as motivation to them, but if y'all have something, Lucy or Jessica or Carrie or Tiffany, if y'all have something that can help me, I would take it all in, because at this point I have 5 girls right now, and I'm trying to get all of them active this month. So that's my goal. I have 2 active, and now just need 3 more.
Well, you know what? I'm going to throw this out there, and then I'll let Tiffany and them take over. But you know what? There's a couple things that I think you can do. Number one is to continue to sponsor and grow your team. Continue to plant seeds. Because if I can give you any advice going through the valley, is to don't put all your eggs in one basket. Keep recruiting, keep sharing, keep inviting people to come over. You know what I mean? Come on over. Come join your team. And then the other thing I would share is show them better than you can tell them. You show up, you post what you're doing, you show how you're sharing, you know what I mean? Let them see you going, because I'm going to tell you something. Your team is as active as you are. That is something I firmly believe. I may step on some toes, but I truly believe that if you are a leader and you are hemming and hawing, your team is hemming and hawing, because they are looking to you, just like anything in life. People are looking to you for guidance. So you show them better than you can tell them. Just be out there, say, hey guys, look, I just left 5 samples at the bank. And just because you know what? Some people are so 1 + 1 = 2. 1 + 1 = 2. And it always has to be 1 + 1 = 2. They don't even know how to get to 2 no other way. You know what I'm saying? They don't believe that you can subtract 3 from 2, so you have to show them. You know, that's just how some people are. They're visual. They actually have to see it. So show them better than you can tell them.
That is so true. I agree with Carrie. Just basically like how, you know, posting every day, they see what you do. So lead by example. You know, whatever you do, I'm sure they're going to do. You know, if you're posting every day about your business, then I'm sure they'll start posting every day about their business. But if you're slacking and you're not posting about your business, then they're going to slack too, because they don't see the motivation coming from you. And they're like, well, she's not doing nothing, so I'll just sit here and do nothing also. So lead by example.
I know you're my leader, so I see you posting crazy stuff every day.
That's right.
As long as she keeps posting, I will steal her pictures and post the same thing.
Right. But you know what? That is motivation, because, you know, sometimes Jessica's freer or Tiffany's freer or Lucy's freer, Mel's freer. And so they'll post and we'll just go grab it, because sometimes you just don't have time to create everything, or, you know, your weekend gets away, or you have no power like I didn't. And you just nab, you know, what you can. But everybody's not in everybody's group. So that helps. You know what I'm saying? That helps. And it's just, you know what, you'll find your flow, you know what I mean, your style, and don't abandon it. Don't give up, because just what Jason shared with us, just what Jessica shared, is just because somebody looks more successful than you, because that's all you know is how they look. Because you didn't look at their numbers, you didn't see, you know, the true story, you didn't see the blood and sweat that went into it. But just because somebody looks more successful than you does not mean they're more successful than you. Don't abandon what you're doing. It got you your 5 people, right? It got your team to 5. So now, okay, let's double it, you know. And what was I doing? And you probably could step back and say, you know what, I was massively doing X. And when I did that, I got that. So if that worked, do it again. You know what I mean? That's all it is. Do it again. You don't have to go reinvent anything. Figure out how you got those 5, and you know, and then do it again. I love that question. That's what I'm talking about.
I got something to add on that, because that is like, I love that. And I've heard it's crazy, because I had something happen today concerning this. And then I've watched 2 like motivational kind of little small speeches from different people. And so I'm going to give you the definition of motivate, because you cannot motivate anybody, but you can inspire somebody. Now, motivation is to provide someone with a motive to do something. You can't make anybody do anything, okay? But to inspire is to fill someone with the urge or the ability to do or feel something. Now that you can do by your excitement, your enthusiasm, that you can inspire somebody. But to motivate them, you can't make them drink the water if they don't want to drink it, but you can guide them to it. So the best thing that I can tell you is continue doing what you're doing. Don't stop. I'm going to share, and I don't know if she's on the call, and I don't even know who the other consultant was. Hopefully she is on the call. But in our elite group, which is the group that we started for stars and above, I posted something in there, and the reason came back again from something that just sparked in my head, because I'm wanting to give you guys more of leadership skills in that particular way. And I posted, you know, hey, are you connecting with your teams? Just like you just said you were. You know, how are you connecting with them? So many of us think that we have to give incentive and we have to gift something, and it has to come from our pocket. But let me tell you something. It doesn't have to. It doesn't have to cost you $1. It doesn't cost me $1 to shout out to you guys on Facebook, to recognize you, to show the things that you're rocking at. But if you think about it, I mean, how do you feel when your name gets posted out there like that? You know what I mean? How do you feel when somebody just says, hey, this, you know, we did this in boot camp. They had 4 things that they recognized people for. And we just stood up and we were excited just to be recognized and have our name read out, you know, but it's that simple. And sometimes I think we overcomplicate things, but just if I can share any piece of advice, is you can't motivate anybody, but you can inspire everybody. And, you know, recognition is huge. And this is what I actually posted on the page. I said, action that gets recognized will always be repeated. So make sure that you, as a great leader, are recognizing your team. You don't got to send everybody a $25 gift, but you can show them that you care. And somebody's going to care much more about that than getting those, you know, they're going to care much more about those little text messages that you're sending them in the morning, telling them, hey, you know, I'm here. Do you need me? What are you doing? Let's work this business together, other than, you know, a free business tool. That's just the way I see it. I mean, I want to see someone, a leader that's walking the walk with me, that's showing me that I can do it, and that's guiding me and helping me when I, you know, have those pitfalls. So you're doing an awesome job.
Yep. And, you know, I want to just reiterate that that's why I always say the Monday inspiration call. Because I learned that a long time ago, that we can only inspire you, and we're doing it 1 week at a time. So, you know, again, we encourage you to get on each week to get inspired, because guess what? Life happens, and it happens, and it happens, and it happens, and it happens. But are you prepared to handle it? And, you know, one of my trainings that I listen to, it says that you have to be prepared for the daily opportunities. Opportunities face us every single day. And we miss them. We miss them because we're not prepared. We don't miss them because there's so many Scentsy consultants. We miss them because instead of us figuring out a way to make samples with whatever it is we have at home, whether you cut them with a crinkle cutter, a butter knife, a steak knife, or you have molds, right? We miss them because we get our nails done, and we get our, you know, our hair highlighted, and we do all these things. And we, instead of taking maybe that money this week and buying catalogs and product lists, you know, I mean, you know, never try to get in your business, but you have to reiterate that it's sacrifice, sacrifice, sacrifice. And if you sacrifice something now and stay consistent in your business, it will definitely pay off. So,
Hey, I also want to share.
Awesome too.
I also want to share something that I thought it kind of touched my heart. And no, I'm not gonna cry, guys. But when we were at boot camp, the last day, what was it, Wednesday, we were out there shopping at the Scentsy Family Store, and it was really a great, you know, a little room where it was just like private, just us shopping, you know, not everybody that was like at reunion all over us, you know, and fighting for things. So it just kind of like, you know, it was relaxing. So as I was going to check out, I came back in, and a guy had asked this one worker there, I'm like, hey, so-and-so, so-and-so. And he was like, hey, are you Tiffany? And I was like, yeah. And then he was like, I follow you on Periscope. And I was like, really? And I was like, oh, yeah, I Periscope a lot. I'm crazy like that. He's like, yeah, I had to turn you off because you were at the airport being crazy. But I also wanted, and, you know, that just like lifted my spirit. And I'm like, oh, thank you. You know, it's finally somebody that, you know, recognized me, you know, outside in the real world, not just on the other side of the computer. But I like that I have a follower in France, and she calls me crazy. So she's always on my Periscope. She says that the Tiffany crew, because I have my hat on. So now she calls us the crew, Jessica and Lucy and Candy. So it's just cool that, you know, you have a follower in France. And who knows? I told her to inbox me for more information about Scentsy, you know, and she's like, okay, so hopefully, you know, that will inspire somebody else to come in from that part of the area. Who knows? I may travel back to France.
That's what's up. Get it. And those are the things that propel us, right? That touched her, and that makes her say, hey, you know what? I'm going to keep doing that, because that's what we need. That was her inspiration to say, yep, I'm doing something, and it makes a difference. So I don't know. Does anybody else have any questions or comments? I mean, I don't know about y'all, but Jason did an amazing job sharing with us. And you know, you see how simple it was? It was so simple. And that, you know, Cynthia, they tell us that everything you need to be successful comes in your kit. Keep it simple. And it really is that simple. And I think we overcomplicate things. We're always looking for that next shiny thing that's going to make it real quick. And we know those quick things don't last. it's the things that you cultivate and you nurture and you weed and you follow up and you stay up till 2-3 o'clock in the morning making samples and packets so you can be prepared. So it's those sacrifices that make a difference. So anybody else?
Just check the mail today.
Have
I
a
got
choice.
Oh, look. Yes.
I think I've been getting like one every month.
Yes, I'm right with you. I actually was cleaning off my desk, and that's a good point. Sometimes we forget, and those are good reminders, right, Ashley? Those are good reminders that, you know what, I am working my business. I am doing what I'm supposed to be doing. So kudos to you, girl. I love that reward. She said,
It's crazy. I mean, please
You're
don't
crazy?
be one of
Yeah.
those people Jason was talking about. Like, can you honestly, I mean, I know we have, life happens and everything, but I couldn't just imagine not working my business only 30 minutes a day. Like, I couldn't imagine that. I mean, 30 minutes is probably just a few people that I say hi to and hand a sample to. That's not including everything else I do.
Right.
And I know not everybody may be Scentsy psycho crazy like some of us that have been in longer, but you may be psycho crazy and you're brand new. That's when you know you're really going to rise to the top, because that's when you can't sleep at night because you're making samples and you keep on thinking and you don't know what to do, and like, tomorrow I got to do this. But I couldn't think of not working my business, only 30 minutes a day. Like, it's crazy. So if you are on the call today and you are one of those people that's working your business just 30 minutes a day, truly think about what you've gotten out of your business thus far. Because I promise you, you heard us say it time and time again, this business will give you exactly what you put into it. So if you're putting in 30 minutes a day, you're going to get 30 minutes a day pay. If you're putting in 3-4 hours a day, 2 hours, 1 hour, you're going to get that pay. But consistency is key. So make sure whatever you're doing, that you're consistently doing that to fit your schedule. But remember, you will get out exactly what you put in.
Hey, I wanted to share something also. As they said in boot camp, like, separate your time from like your family and your business. I told my family it's always gonna be Scentsy, because what's gonna put food on our table? If I'm only working 30 minutes, that's not gonna put enough food on the table for us. We eat out a lot. So I have to keep working and working and working, no matter where we go, no matter what I'm doing. I mean, they're there with me anyways. They're helping me. They're, labeling. I had Rocky label all my books that I bought from the store the other day, and Jaden was there next to him. So we're constantly working, but it's also a family thing. So, we're working together, but family time and Scentsy time, it mixes all together. And we just have fun.
And just go ahead, Jessica. It's an attitude.
I agree.
Yes. And I will say that, however, if 30 minutes is all you have to start, master those 30 minutes and stay consistent. But the goal is for you to build on that 30 minutes, right? So we don't want to discourage, but the whole point of the Jason's point is if you're not doing anything, if you have grass and weeds in your garden, start with those 30 minutes and then you just build on that. It's like exercising or anything else. Which, real quick, I wanted Jessica just to share about explaining about the groups again. I mean, we talked about it and said that the groups are being set up. They're actually set up. If you're on my team, you have only been added to the Essentials and Certified. I just don't have time this week to, or not this week. I just don't have time probably until like Wednesday or Thursday to start adding people. But we are adding to the different levels. So, Jess, you want to tell about the 3 different groups, please?
Yeah. So initially scratch what we had done. Well, it's pretty much the same, but when we first started the Essential to Certified group, we were only strictly going to add Essential to Certified. We weren't going to add lead. We weren't going to add directors. We were going to add anybody else. So basically the way it's going to happen now is that you have the Essential to Certified group, right? So everybody, when you have a new person join, please add them to that group. Now, the only admins on that page that are able to approve anybody will be directors. So directors, keep your eye out. I am only accepting people that are on my group that I know. If there's somebody there waiting, I'll ask if I seen that nobody has accepted them. But let me tell you, the Essential to Certified, basically what it is for us to get you going within your first 70 days. You may be a person that has been an Essential Certified Consultant for a while, and we're also here to help you, kickstart your business back up to get to certified. Okay, then we have the Rising Rock Stars. That one is for, you must be certified, qualification, and you have to be willing. You won't automatically be added. You have to be willing to be able to want to commit, and build and promote to lead and star consultant. So you have to want to be added to that group, and you have to want to build a team, and you have to want to become a leader. That is the Rising Rock Star. The Elite Rock Star group is for stars at star title or above. And I have, we've all done a really great job of growing our teams, and we will help you to no end. But sometimes as our teams grow, I think that some things get lost in translation, especially when there's so many people on a group. The feed goes up really quick, and some things that may be important to you get kind of overridden. So the reason we want to do this is because we want to be more specific with our training. We don't want to overwhelm anybody, but we also want to make sure that you're getting what you need to get at the time that you should be getting it. So, with that said, the Essential to Certified is going to focus on your first 70 days, reaching those goals. And we will add every leader. Everybody should be added to the Essential to Certified, because we want you, as you sponsor somebody, to also post and help in that group, not just us. You have to take that step forward and become a leader and start posting on there too, because just like we talked about earlier, your team will do what they see you doing. The second one, the Rising to Rock Stars, we're going to be more focused on that area of, okay, how do I get to recruit? How do I help my new recruit get to the next level? So it's going to be focused around those type of things. And then, of course, the Elite will be focused on those people that are wanting to promote to director and are wanting to actually treat this business as a full-blown business, regardless if you have a 9-to-5 or if you don't, but treat this as a business and promote up to director to take on a leadership role. So I'm super excited, because the focus training, I think, is going to be very, very beneficial. And on one of our director calls, Sensi is kind of taking that outline themselves also. They have 3 people that are in charge that I believe it's Jeff Dastrup, Sarah Walker, and Jason Harwood. So Jeff Dastrup is the person that's kind of he's over the essentials, the certifieds and leads. And he's kind of, watching some of those consultants in those areas, how they're building, how they're growing, helping those people, looking at them, giving them feedback. Sarah Walker is the one that is looking at stars, superstar, and directors. And then Jason Harwood is focusing on star directors and superstar directors. So I think that it's a perfect time for us to put these 3 specific focused groups into play. And I'm super excited. So that's kind of what those 3 groups are.
So if you want to be added,
anybody have any questions?
Yeah, if you want to be added, make sure that you let that be known to your director. We have all the directors, including Candy and Jenna. And so it's Mel, Tiffany, Lucy, Jessica, myself, Candy, and Jenna that are the directors. So make sure you reach out and let us know, because this is the thing, you guys. We're not hand-holding. It's time for, if you really want something, you got to step up and go for it. We're putting the training out there, you guys. And I'm going to tell you one thing that Team Make It Happen has always taught us is if you offer the training, and you do your role as a leader, you will build strong foundations. So we're helping you build those foundations. We just need you to tap in and step in and say you really want it. So does anybody have any questions or anybody have any other comments? It's almost 9:30. And I guess this week y'all just got to go to your news tab and check out the news updates. We didn't go to that because of our speaker.
Hey, Carrie, what's the name of the group, the Essential to Certified group? Is it just Essential to Certified?
Yes.
Okay.
And I think I've added everybody through. I don't remember. I'll have to look. But yeah, it's good. It's kind of going to be up to the leaders, because that's another thing. I'm not sure if Jessica mentioned this, but if we're not friends with them, then it's going to be up to the sponsor to add them to that Essential to Certified group, because we can't add them if we're not their friend.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's Essential to Certified Rock Stars, though, right?
It's Essential Rock Stars.
Essential Rock Stars.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
And really quick, one thing I was going to share, and I was going to post it on the Facebook page, but like, just because we're the directors, if you guys have any ideas or you have anything that, at your particular title that you feel could be beneficial to everybody else, by all means, throw that our way, inbox it to us, text us, do something, because we try every day to get good content for you guys, to share with you ideas. So maybe you don't have to, we want you to go out there and look for it, but we also want to give you good content. We want to give you things that you may struggle with, things that you may have questions on. So if you, even though you're not in that group or that title, and maybe something comes across your head or an idea, send it to your director or your sponsor and let them shoot it to us, so that way we can try to find some information on it, because we need help just the same way on what you guys want, or what helps you, or what you're missing, or what you're lacking.
Anybody? All right, guys, we're still there's still time to register for reunion. But don't forget, we shared about the summer incentive that's coming up, so now is the time. If you guys didn't listen to the Super Saturday call with Kelly Ski, OMG, go listen to the call. She was pretty raw, but she brought it with the truth. One of the things she said is that you should be building your teams now. You should be sharing with people and asking them if they could use an additional $300 to $600 a month. I think she used a different range, but that's the range I like. And if they are, to do it through basket parties. Build your business through basket parties. Of course, you still want to have home parties and events, but if you can build your business through basket parties, plant those seeds, lay the foundation, train your teams during the slower months, so that in the fall you have a rock star, good foundation, and you guys can blow it up in the fall. But I'm going to add to that and say, you should take some time each and every day to start building your potential list. Make sure the people that you're going to follow up with for parties and shows and events, and then your other list of who you're following up to join your team. Now is the time. We never know how the incentives are going to go, if it's going to be for recruiting, sales, or a mixture, or if you're going to get anything off of your recruits or things like that. So be prepared and start planting those seeds now for people to join your team, and to so you can have an amazing, because we all should earn the summer incentive. And we all should be a family reunion in Nashville, y'all. I'm telling y'all, it's going to be so much fun. Oh, my gosh. I can't wait. So if no one has anything, going once, twice, 3 times. If not, we are definitely out. We thank you for getting on. And don't forget to join the Super Saturday call, where it's always amazing. And we'll see you guys. Other than that, we'll see you guys next Monday. But, of course, we'll see you on Facebook. Peace.